I'm Renee Noor, model, creative director, founder of Global Women Wealth Warriors, Wellness Hub, and GW3 Magazine. I dedicated my life and devoted my career into helping women and girls to achieving their goals. I've been passionate about empowering women and enriching men. This opportunity in working with the Global Women Wealth Warriors have afforded me the pleasure of traveling outside of the country to be a support unit, most importantly, to help impact and change lives. Our ultimate purpose is to help others to become whole from finance, spiritual, mental, as well as physical. We know there are challenges and obstacles to get you to the next level. However, it's time for you to level up, boss up, and welcome to Power to Soar.
Let's see. There we go.
Hello, everyone.
We're gonna make this work. Okay, we're gonna make this work, guys. If you can see us now, please put 5 red hearts and then with 1 purple on the end for that fabulous purple herself. Yes, I'm so grateful. I think I was talking to myself in the shadows. If you can do me a favor, Lolita, turn the volume down on your phone.
There we go.
There we go.
How's that?
Yes. I thought I was speaking into the shadows because I could see the black screen, but I didn't see anything. And I'm like, okay,
I know, I was waiting. So I'm not going to say anything because the producer hasn't said yet.
Well, you look incredible. You truly look incredible.
Thank you, Renee.
Yes. So now that we're here, they can see us on YouTube. They can see us on
Hello,
Facebook,
everybody.
And they can also see us right there in the clubhouse. I see those purple and red hearts. Yes. Lolita, we got to bring a couple more fabulous ladies to the center stage.
I am looking forward to it.
And I am so looking forward to seeing our amazing Vermont queen, the one herself, Miss Barbara.
Woohoo! Yay!
Barbara. Woo! Hey, gorgeous.
Hi, everybody. Actually, where am I? Okay, actually, today I'm not in Vermont. I'm in Hudson, New York.
Oh, wonderful.
I met a friend of mine's on their terrace because there's no Wi-Fi up in, the Catskills or upstate New York is in Ghent.
Just Hudson, fancy.
Oh, yeah. So I got taken out of the artist studio, which I had this beautiful red watercolor from my dear friend and one of my clients as well. And so I'm now on the balcony. Sorry.
Okay, no problem. Well,
where I'm stealing Wi-Fi, but her husband's inside working, right. So I can't go in there either because he doesn't want to listen to a bunch of ladies.
You just make it happen.
So I have to respect
I love it. Guys, if you're in the clubhouse right now and you can hear our voices, do we sound super clear? Please put 555 in the chat if you can hear our voices, please. We want to know that. Put a 555 on Facebook. Put a 555 in also the clubhouse if you can hear our voices. I want to make sure you can. So far, I know we probably have a little bit of delay. Yes, okay, they can hear our voices and you can see our faces. Awesome. Barbara, we love you, beautiful.
I'm here, darling. Don't worry.
Yes,
I got some bees chasing me in my face, but I'm okay. What I won't do for this club, for my global warriors.
Here today. Yes, I love it. Well, our next beauty is Trout, who's already she resides in Germany, and I'm so grateful that we have the opportunity of meeting Miss Jane Morgart. So Miss Jane Morgart, are you here, beautiful? Where's your fabulous face? Jane, I see her frozen shot.
Here I am, Queen.
Awesome.
Hey, Queen.
Yes. Guys, you have to put some red hearts in the chat. We have our first time having our very own Miss Jane with us all the way from Germany.
Woo-hoo!
Yes, I love it. I love it when we get together. This energy is going to be so explosive, and I'm looking forward to us doing a deep dive. Guys, just over the weekend, many people have been having a little bit of challenges, right? Some of those challenges, they have some times that they really have to fall back on in regard to what's holding them back from moving forward. And we know a lot of us constantly have, what is the number one thing that's holding people back from moving forward? Let's talk about that. Can someone tell me what's the number one thing that holds people back from moving forward? I want to see if people in the clubhouse can answer also. What's the number one thing that holds individuals back from moving forward? Give me some answers.
Sometimes it's
money.
It's the own selves. We kind of sit our bums.
Come on.
Yeah.
Fear. I heard fear. What about procrastination as well? Come on, guys. A lot of people don't realize the importance of how we just have to start shifting that energy, right, Barbara? We got to start shifting our energy and also fueling our mind and feeding our mind with the right ingredients. And today, baby, not only are we going to rip it apart, how we got to get rid of what's been holding a lot of people back from moving forward, but we're going to tackle ways of how they can win. You know why we're going to do that, Lolita? You know why we do that, Lolita? Because
I'm
what
like
champions
swinging
do?
all over the place.
Champions
I'm
win.
sorry.
No
Champions
matter
win
what.
on purpose.
Look, am I here? Yeah, look at the greens. No, well, we got to strengthen our brain. That's for sure. We got to be in
I was
charge
gonna
of
say
our
that.
thoughts.
That's
We
my
can't have our
favorite.
thoughts be running our life like people. So we blame things on people, and it's our mind that's basically telling us what we can do and shouldn't be doing. And most of the time, that's pretty detrimental to our overall health and well-being in every aspect of our life. And when something's
Yes.
off in one area, it's usually off in every other area too. It's not like it's isolated.
Barbara, what was that last week that you called that? It was
The mental fitness gym.
mental
I
fitness
want to
gym.
see
I
you
love that.
there.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna work out together.
Yes. Well,
I'm gonna be there early.
It's like a gym, but it's just a few
Yes.
minutes a day, and it's an actual fitness gym because you strengthen your muscle. There's neuroscience. There's images that were done after 6 weeks of working out this muscle by basically quieting down your mind with certain types of exercise, which are very simple, which you probably are hearing from different practices. People say, sitting in a chair upright, close your eyes when you're ready, listen to a sound far away, listen to something close up, look at something while it's moving. Basically what you're doing is you're shutting down your thoughts and your thinking, and that's allowing that muscle to get stronger. So
I love
then
that.
when you're facing a difficult time or something challenging, you're able to use that muscle, except instead of the one that's probably going to tell you, you can't do that. What's wrong with you? What were you thinking? No, you can't have that, or you shouldn't be doing that, or why are you listening to this, or the back talk, the bad talk. So that's the muscle side of the brain that enlightens you and allows you to see things in a way that you can overcome them with different types of characteristics from your personality. Some people are explorers, some people are navigators, some people are lovers, right? Anything that you're strong with, you use that. You don't want to use
So some
bad
people are
talk.
bird watchers like me. So
Yeah, bad
She
talk
said
is
some
bad
people are
all the
bird
time, whether you're
watchers.
doing it to yourself or someone else is doing it to you.
Yes.
What does that do? It just destroys everything in your life. And we're doing it to ourselves. And this is neuroscience. This is not about, you can go sit on a pillow and meditate and you'll feel good and whatever, but that's not going to get the job done. You got to go to the gym. Like before you go on a marathon, you don't try to run 5K and don't work out first. Just
Well,
like when you
that's
go to
not
show up for
true,
life.
Barbara.
I was gonna
did
say,
it.
Renee,
You guys
Renee
run
has
5K.
done it.
I know you ladies do, and you're fit. That's why, right?
You know what? I
But
think
somebody
it's
who
just-
hasn't
you know
done
what
that
it is,
can't go out
too?
and do that.
Yeah, you really have to, the whole process of just really reconditioning our brains, really focusing on how we're going to be feeding our brain with the right ingredients.
Yeah,
right?
brainwashing for the positive. We can say reverse
Yes,
brainwashing.
brainwashing for the positive.
For the
is what you
positive,
call it.
brainwashing for health, brainwashing for all the good. Because if we can shift our minds, and this is not even just for ourselves, if we can get people who can be more enlightened in a way is like, if you have to deal with a person that irritates you or has maybe done something to you that's upsetting, or a child that you can't, like, whatever, if you come at them or you listen to them from a place of judgment or of anger, you're not going to get anything done. Like nothing's going to happen there that's positive. And I know that sounds kind of like, oh my God, what's she talking about? But if you literally can get into your sage, into your mode, in your spirit, in your essence, in your true being, in your love, right? That doesn't bother you because right? You know that the one is there with you and you're in your one. When you strengthen your one, nothing can knock you down, right?
Yes. One of the things we were talking about, I would definitely want Miss Jane to chime in on this as well. One of the things we were talked about is finding that inner kid in us again, right? Sometimes we have to start resorting back to where the fun was. When we were younger, we had true imagination. And not only did we have true imagination, it was like there was nothing. We were unstoppable. I remember growing up, my sister used to always challenge me of doing things. And even as a young girl, my sister used to challenge me to even just do cartwheels and splits and just, all those great things. And still till today, guys, I still can do a cartwheel and a split. All right.
Yes,
I want
you
to
can.
know that.
I'm sure you can.
Yes, I can. And
I'm
you
sure
know,
you get a
the
good
split.
audience now.
What do
You get a lot of
I
audience
got
for
an
that.
audience now, right? No, but I still
You're outside the backyard now.
I'm very active, right? But what it is sometimes the limiting beliefs, the doubts, that we block ourselves from winning. So Jane, let's talk about that. Have you experienced any of those toxic habits? And if so, what have been some of the remedies that you have had to fuel with your faith?
Thank you, Renee. Thank you, Renee. Some of the things that I've had to do, and especially is, I do take in the Bible, there is the David and the Goliath.
Mhm.
I always say if there was no Goliath, David would never have had or known what was inside him. So that's exactly what I normally go back to. When I'm faced with these situations, like I was faced in the 2020, come the COVID time. I had to get into my genius. What is that? What is that Goliath that was ahead of me? And what is it that I have in me? And only when you're faced with such a challenge will you be able to discover what is really inside you and going back again into the child in you.
I like that. Lolita, wasn't that like powerful what she just shared?
That was phenomenal. I love that.
Absolutely, yes.
Yes.
If David hadn't had a Goliath, they wouldn't have pushed him to be the baddest ruler in God's right hand
And
in the marketplace and in the spirit world. It was on both sides that he was this guy. So
we talk about those two brains, guys. We talk about those, that right side of the brain, and then also what that left side of the brain. And sometimes what happens, sometimes we say it's that good and that evil that's in our head. Part of you say,
The dark
I
and
want
the
to lay
light.
in the bed. I want to stay there. I want to stay wrapped around these sheets for a little bit longer. I don't want to wake up with 5 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah,
And
but
then
that,
the other
Renee,
side
is
of you
that.
say,
But
get
that's
on up.
but that's
Let's
the
go.
brain.
We
That's
got work to do.
But that's the misunderstanding that everyone's saying, like there's a voice. It's not. It's what it is there's a saboteur. We all have a judge in us. Everybody judges themselves. That's a judge. That's in the Bible. There's a judge, right? Judgment
It's a
Day.
habit.
Okay, but the problem is we've got judges that are out of control and misbehaving. Because these are not the normal judges from the Bible time, but they're judges out of control, misbehaving, and they need to get put back in their place. And that's the mind, and that's our things that you experience in life. You can have the best childhood and still be like upset because your parents had another baby and you no longer feel it. You can have a really bad childhood. And the thing about the child, which you all want to go back to, as children, we can only see our mother and our father as perfect beings, like we see the Father in heaven as a perfect being, right? We have to honor our mother and our father. So now if your mother and father don't got it together and somebody's doing something they shouldn't be doing, you're still saying my mother and father are perfect beings, because as a child, it's scary to be a child. You have to believe that they have your safety. So then you start to say, oh, it's not my perfect mother and father. It's me. There's something about me that they don't love. It's my personality. It's me. So you start to tell yourself the things to protect yourself, because you got to believe that it's your mother and father who are going to take care of you as a child. You can't imagine being in the world all by yourself as a child and taking care of yourself. So then you build those belief systems in your head. Oh, I talk too much for me, or, I wasn't allowed to talk at all, actually. But I mean, or they didn't like me, or whatever experiences, I'm not lovable. I wasn't enough for them for whatever reason, or.
No,
those are the things
let me dive in there with you, Barbara, with that. When I hear things like that, I love that, because I think it's reflective. But like what Renee was saying earlier, and you were saying, we always said it before, we got to step into the here and right now. We're now.
Oh yeah, we got to
get
to
the
30
years
present,
ago.
But
we're not 50 years ago. We're not. Oh my God, I was in the kindergarten. I was the tallest.
Right.
I've always been the tallest.
But that's where that's coming from. Those voices, not coming from like whatever. It's coming from our childhood, where we build up those those safety nets, which when we grow up, they don't serve us anymore. Then they behave badly. Then they're those bad, like
Well,
your
let me
character,
ask
you're
you,
like
Barbara,
a
and
controller.
everybody,
Yeah.
because Renee, when we were kids, we heard good narratives. Like I had a twin, and so I was the
Yeah.
twin. We were those twins that were so cute with the Buster Brown shoes on, and we would just dance and get people and give us money, say how cute we are. Guess what happens when you keep hearing all these big teeth? Oh my God, look at my grand, she cute with those teeth. So when you
Yeah.
get bigger, it becomes something that you hear that's very positive. So that's why I instantly do it,
Yes.
because you were praised for those things. I know
Yes, of
we
course.
want to sometimes dive into other stuff, but there's so many amazing things that
Right.
we can glean from too. And that's the here and now. That's all. I just want to say
Absolutely.
that.
No, I'm absolutely. What I was just trying to say was, sometimes we have those characters that tell us you don't want to get out of bed or whatever. There's just different characteristics, and when they're not behaving well and they don't suit us as adults, then those are the things we just want to quiet down and then remind ourselves that even in our difficult characteristics, if put into the right way, they become positives. That's all.
Right. And what I would say this also, Barbara, because it's something that it's a work in progress. And what I said was right on the money. Because no matter what, every day we wake up, we have a constant struggle with ourselves, because we can always resort back to our habits. Those are habits that we're comfortable with. And those are ways that we have to do, help with in creating different behavior traits. And it's a constant struggle. So that's why today was really important. Get rid of the toxic habits. Keep
Yeah.
in mind, these are habits. I'm every bit of 52, and I love my age. And I know one of the greatest things too about my age, I know that I have done some things that I was so used to. So because that brain of mine, I have to keep on doing exercises. I have to keep on reading it. I think we have a hot mic somewhere in the room. I have to keep on fueling it up with different type of ingredients that's going to support the journey that I'm on now. Now, where we were as younger people, yes. When I talk about imagination, we did have more imagination as kids. We had to understand. I mean, I know I used to love going to Disney World, Barbara. That was like one of my favorite places to travel to. And most kids love going to Disney World. That's why it was even created thanks to Walt Disney. Currently,
Well,
right
I mean, I got a
now,
whole
some
take
of
on
us
that one, which
don't
you
go.
wouldn't like.
Some of us
That
don't
is a very dark
travel.
place.
Some of us don't travel. We have lost the component of having imagination to fuel our energy with new ideas and new concepts to make life beautiful again. So we're going to focus on how can we build towards not only improving our imagination, but also improving a workflow, consistency, because those are some of the words that you need, consistency, but also being able to show up for yourself so therefore you can win in this game called life. Today it's about Money Mindset Monday, right? And with Money Mindset Monday, you got to have habits that's going to create better return of your investment. And you know who the investment is? YOU. YOU. And how you keep on investing in yourself really does matter as well. I know, Jane, this is a sweet spot for you also, because some of us, think about it, now we're making that transition from the 9 to 5 and want to go into entrepreneurship and kind of like working towards finding our way. Some people need to start retiring. These are some of the steps and angles that is really important. So Jane, why don't you speak about that, because I know that's something that's very dear to your heart.
Thank you, Renee. It is so dear to my heart because it is something that I'm having. It's scary, when at 55, taking that leap of faith and jumping from a career that I've enjoyed. I mean, it's been scary, but at the same time, I'm so glad, because had I not done that, I would have hated, like at the end of my life. And actually, that's exactly why it's so dear to my heart, is because I started off with the end in mind. And I'll give my own example why I had to win, like today's topic, get rid of toxic habits and find my wins. So finding my win was reinventing myself, because I would have hated the end of my life when, let's say, I die and then God goes and shows me all the other things that I would have done. And yet I only did one thing. I only worked in one job. I only took care of my kids. I did not impact nobody else. And yet I went through so many things. There were so many situations in my life, having survived and thrived in domestic violence. How many women did I impact with that? So this prompted me to want to reinvent myself by taking early retirement. Because when I was in my 9 to 5 job, I wouldn't have met Renee. I wouldn't be here because I would have been busy traveling and doing all sorts of things. I would never have been here. But it all started by me taking, like we talk about the comfort zone, getting out of the comfort zone. I needed to get out of my comfort zone. And I tell you, my comfort zone was good because I was working with the United Nations. I had a good pay. I was traveling. I had all those privileges, whatever you call them. But I had 2020, thanks also to COVID, as bad as it was a wake-up call. I was like, it's about time. Jen, you've been talking about taking early retirement. So that's where I got, I was just like, no, I got to do something. And I thank God also, Renee, God using you, because you've been also used. Like I was telling you, there's this song about, the wind beneath my wings. You really are good. The last 2 months, God has really been using you to shake me up, because I was tempted to want to go back. I was like, maybe I should polish my CV and go back. This entrepreneur thing is not for me. But you've been pushing me. And I'm so glad that I'm here today, because I'm excited that I took that decision to reinvent myself, to pivot. And now I'm on the entrepreneur journey.
Congratulations. Congratulations. The hardest thing for most people to do is to make the decision to just do it. Not only did you make the decision, you understand, you probably can help someone else. So let's put it in the chat. No matter where you are, the first thing you have to do, you have to decide. You have to make a decision of where you want to do and where you want to go in order for you to grow. Whether you want to stay where you are or you take that leap of faith. I know I was that young lady. I took that leap of faith. I was in corporate America working right there with 2 banks at the time. And I was comfortable. How many of you guys are comfortable working, getting a paycheck? If you are comfortable, it's okay. It's all right, However, I just knew I wasn't really pushing myself to the next limits. And because I wanted more out of life, I literally jumped. It wasn't easy, nor should it be easy. But I had to think about, if I can put in these many hours for someone else, why can't I do it for myself?
Right.
If I have to do this much and literally get a raise that's like, what, $2 or $3? What am I doing? And that's the thing. Sometimes we have to really evaluate. We have to evaluate our happiness. We have to evaluate what's really important to us. And with that, you have to take on ownership also of your steps.
Can I add one more thing, Renee? The other thing also we talked about is also the why, because you got to have a very strong why. Why is it that you want to do what you're doing? So if your why is so strong, it will help you to push you to wherever you want to go. And then, of course, comes also the mindset. Your mindset has to shift, because you cannot have the same employee mindset and be able to shift or take whatever risks that you want to take. And then the last one, you got to have a plan. And then once you develop the plan, you're going to execute it.
Yes, I like that. I like those steps, ladies. Guys, did you hear what Ms. Jane said? Oh my goodness. Decide, you got to have a plan of action. But the most important thing, what did she say? Why? Put in the chat, What is your why? Your why should be your driving force to you making the next decision, making the next step, or even taking the next step. Your why. I know what my why is. Do you know what your why is? Every morning I say hello to my why. Every morning. Her name is Janae Jasmine Noor. That's right. And why I'm here, I'm making sure that I have a solid foundation for her as she continue on becoming the best woman in the world. I call her that. That's right. I claimed it for her. Guys, I want you to put in the chat, what is your why? Do you know what your why is? Everyone should be blowing up the chat. Why? Because that's what the burning desire. Lolita, you want to pour into this conversation?
I know. Thank you so much. I just have a little bit of tech issues, but we're gonna keep it going. I appreciate you. My why is so many various whys in my life these days. I think as a mother, we poured in everything we could pour in, and now we've seen the manifestation of that. Self-care is the best care. My why is me. I like to think about Lolita and how I can add value to me, which adds value to others. So the stronger I am, I can make the circles around me stronger. So my why is because if I'm great, I can make others great too.
I love that. I truly, truly love that. You know, you sound like Snoop Doggy Dogg over there.
Well.
It's because of me. I'm here. It's big thing. I like to thank me.
I like to thank me. You know what I told my daughter? I told my daughter every time she looks at her navel, she knows she came from me.
She knows the navel came from you.
So every time you look at your navel, you came from me. I don't look at my navel, I came from you. So
that is awesome. You know, it's so funny. I thought
That's
we got body parts. So Janae's 3 toes. She have my pinky toe, only the 2 second toes. The first
that's
3
so
toes,
selfish.
that's all her daddy knows.
That's so good.
I own everything. Your toe, everything.
Yeah, you made that. We made that. Yeah.
We made that. Exactly.
I made you. That's right. I made that. I made all that.
Exactly. We do feel like that.
So we have a right to do and say what we want because I made that.
Absolutely.
Yes.
If you are in the clubhouse, you want to definitely join us. We are live. We are live on Facebook. We are live right there on YouTube. There's a link at the top of the page. You truly want to plug into that link or go straight to the Global Women Wealth Warriors YouTube channel because you got to see these beautiful faces. We have Miss Jane all the way from Germany, alongside with Miss Barbara Moner, which I'm going to be seeing this week right there in Vermont.
In New York City.
I know, New York City. Here we come. We have Miss Lolita, our mayor of the GW3 family. That's right. And yours truly. We are not only having an amazing
to all you ladies.
I love it. I love it. Put some hearts in the chat, guys.
Yeah,
you know, we got to put the red and the purple heart because the mayor have on her purple flower today. All right. Not only we have this
so
deep
beautiful.
dive conversation where it relates to the money mindset for Monday, because we know that's what we always talk about, but we want to talk about also those toxic things that's been blocking us, those toxic things, because I always say you got to still get to the root of it. If you don't get to the root of it, guess what? You're going to keep on revisiting it over and over and over again. And you know what that's called? Insanity. That's what it's called.
For sure.
Straight up.
You got to fall back in love with yourself.
Over and over and over again, revisiting the same old thing. You know what's going to happen? You're not going to get different results. And you wonder why you're stuck every year in the same place at the same time. And you look at yourself as if you literally are traveling backwards in time instead of moving forward. Get out of your way. So many people have been in their own way of success. They've been blocking their own blessings. Stop. Today's the sanity has to stop today. No more blocking your blessings. You got to release it and let those old ways go. You know, a lot of people don't even like change because they're so used to doing things their way. Trust and believe that don't even matter anymore, guys. We literally have to understand, we have to broaden and enlarge our vision and bring new energy to the table. We have to be receptive of new energy. Have to be receptive of new energy. You know, I have to constantly keep learning new things. I don't know about you, Barbara, but right now, oh my God.
Well, you
Come
make
on
me
now.
learn new things every day. And you know, I'm like a
Every
little
day.
2-year-old brat.
That's what you feel like, a 2-year-old brat right now?
Yeah.
I love it. Yes. Well, you know, I am grateful that we are still in this learning space. And I know Lolita has also been learning so many great things as well. I know she's back in the clubhouse as well. But one of the greatest things I would say, as we continue on evolving, it's important for us to do what? Be open for something new.
Yes.
Ladies, if you
We don't
hear
want to
my
pass it
voice,
by.
each person out there, ladies specifically, but I'm always talking to the men and the women, but ladies, especially ladies, stop hurting each other. Learn to build stronger relationships. Stop being so catty. Oh my God. Guys, we are all that we have. And once we realize that we're all that we have, let's get it right. Let's look for ways of collaborating more, right? And don't be afraid of things that you have no idea about. Learn about it. Guys, when they were talking to me about the foreign exchange market and this whole cryptocurrency, I'm like, you speak in another language. I have no idea what you're talking about. But you know what I did? Instead of me running away from it, I faced it. I faced my fear and I did it anyway. Put that in the chat. Face your fear and do it anyway. You have to put on your big boy as well as your big girl underwear and do it, guys. You literally have to do it. Barbara's cracking up right now, but it's true. Just do it. Just
Only
do
you
it.
would say that on live TV, Renee. Get away with that.
When
Look
it's the
gorgeous.
truth, I'm saying
Only a gorgeous
because
woman
that's
like
what
you
I
can
had
say,
to
put
do.
on your big panties and get going.
Yeah. That's why I said underwear. I was kind of like playing a little bit more safe. Guys, I was nervous. I was scared, but I did it anyway. I couldn't even understand some of the language that they were talking about. And we have no money because we're afraid. Scared money make no money.
That's for sure.
Scared money make no money. I would say this too, guys. Where we are right now, be open to learn. And I always say this, if you're going to learn, you got to learn from the right people. You got to be able to trust the people that you're learning from as well. They got to have the results. Please don't go to those people that say, oh, I can get you this and I can get you that. I'm like, okay, well, let me see what your account looks like. Or let me see what you've done. And oh, why are you still in the same place that you've been? I mean, so if they haven't changed, guess what? They can't help you change. If they haven't gone anywhere, guess what? You're not going to go anywhere either. You want to make sure you go with people that talk less, take more action. Okay? If they're a talker, let them keep talking, because sometimes people talk too much. And then when you say, well, where are the results? They can't show you any results. So we're going to talk about not only some ways to help you win, but also ways that's going to get you moving to your very next step. You know, we always say, be in the moment when we're in the moment, but then you have to make the decision. What am I going to do next? What is my next move? What is my next decision? You know, when you're playing chess, how many chess players do we have in the house? If you like chess, notice I didn't say checkers, chess players in the house, I need to know, who are my chess players? Put some black hearts in the chat if you are a chess player. That's a serious game right there, guys. In the world that we are in, is no more checkers, baby. It's chess. That's what we're in right now. It's chess. Let me see. Anybody in the clubhouse playing chess? I only have one. Okay. We have Sanifa Wilson. She plays chess. Somebody's cracking up laughing at me. only one person that plays chess. Okay, we gotta work on this group right here, guys. Chess is one of those assets. Remember, we talk about assets. When you work through playing chess, it's about mind. That's what the game is about. To me, with checkers, it's just about actions. Oh, you jump me, I'm gonna jump you back. Jump, 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 jump. And next thing you know, king. It's like you don't even have to think about it. Am I right? It's
You
just
are
like
so
boom.
funny.
Next thing you know, next game. Chess literally takes you almost 2 hours just to play one game. One game. Guys, we got to get to this part right here. We got to get back into those thought-provoking decisions, because that's going to really help us to propel to our better version of ourselves. That's what we ask of you, to get to your better version of yourself. Go ahead, Miss Jane. I saw you over there. Chime in, beauty. I think she's on mute. Okay, there you go.
Oh, yeah, there. So you've got to get out of your.
Oh, wait, hold on. I think Lolita said she liked. What do you like, Miss Lolita?
I like Jenga. We gotta keep the train moving. I think Jenga was created by an amazing group of executives that are extremely controlling, because that game is very strategic, and as is chess.
Okay, so I don't know Jenga. So if you are a Jenga player, I have no idea about Jenga. Let's put some Jenga, just type in the chat that I play Jenga so we can learn how to play Jenga. When we do our next outing, Lolita, let's talk more about Jenga. Barbara, do you know Jenga?
No, but
No.
all the boys in my house play chess, and I have
No.
lots of chess players.
Do
I'm
we
not
have
sitting
anybody in the
with a chess
club?
player.
Anybody on YouTube? Have you guys ever played Jenga?
No, Jenga. It's like
Okay,
Jenga?
yeah,
Is it
one
J
person
E?
that say I played Jenga. Okay,
Is it
Camille
Jen?
Jones played
Like,
Jenga.
is it
Cece
Jenga?
say I played Jenga. Let's see who else. Yes,
See, I wasn't the only one out here. I knew it.
yes, and I like what Sandra says. The next move, chess is the game that plays out differently every time. Let's say it again. It's the game that plays out differently every time. You know why, guys? Because there's always other options, always other opportunities. And also, different strategies will allow you to be able to propel differently. So I love that. Thanks so much. Yes. How many of you guys understand in life, it's not about one way? There's no such thing as one way. I'm always going to use that reference right there to the key maker in the movie, The Matrix. And what did Neo say? He's like, there's so many doors. He says, yeah, do you have enough? Something about the keys. He says, there's always another way. There's always another way. Okay. So sometimes we can't even get so stuck into just being stuck into, what is the word I want to say? Just into one way of thinking. You always have to know there's always options. And that's a great part about the life that we're living in.
Renee, if I can chime in with you with that.
Yes, Lolita's chiming in with us from the clubhouse.
Yes, thank you so much. We're gonna keep going. When you have options in life, even if you look at a menu at a restaurant, when you have options and variety, you move differently. When you feel like you're stuck to just one way of eating, one way of living, you've not gone outside that box. When you do that and you see, you just move with more confidence, you move with more assurity. And that's what I glean from that. When you have just options in life, period, you just move different. Your brain thinks differently because you're not thinking you're stuck in this one box or this one hole. So I just want to add that to everyone, because look at where we are now. We have almost 150 plus people listening to us.
Yes.
And listening to us as women and as boss women and men that are out here in the world. And we've created the variety right now. That's why we're thinking differently. So I just wanted to add that.
I love it. That was a great share. Absolutely
Yes.
great share. One of the great things we have to understand is stop getting so attached Stop getting so attached to one thing, guys. Stop getting so attached, period. Right, Barbara? Barbara,
Absolutely.
you
I
get
used to be
so
attached to the
attached.
things I thought, and oh my God, I thought I couldn't
Yeah.
live without. Don't have them anymore. Wasn't nice
Yes.
experience, but I have to say, wow, not being attached, Renee, you were right on that one.
Yes.
It's
Stop
just
getting so
so much
attached.
better.
You
Yeah.
know what, guys? Nothing, not even us, lasts forever. Everything has an expiration date.
Well,
Everything has an expiration date. Some of you guys need to go check your refrigerators right now. Okay? Some things need to be out of there, as well as even in your cabinets. Everything has an expiration date. But the most important thing is, in this time that we have, what are you going to do? How are you going to live up to your expectations? It's not what Barbara's going to do that I have to live up to expectations. It's not what Jane's going to do that I have to live up to expectations, or even I see Miss Barbara, or even what Lanita does. It's about what is it that we have to do that's going to allow us to live up to our very own expectations. And that's something that's so important within itself. I think right now, Barbara, having a little bit difficulties because I know with her Wi-Fi. Jane, I'm enjoying this conversation. You're looking radiant and red, and you're giving us all this richness. And I am grateful that you're joining us all the way from Germany. I'm so excited. Everybody, let's put some German, the flags for Germany in the chat, because our sister is right here representing the entire home of Germany. I know for sure you, alongside with Barbara, can speak fluent Deutsch. I'll learn that eventually as well. But what do you think about this conversation? Chime in, darling. Chime in.
One thing you mentioned also the people that you surround yourself with. And I try to imagine for myself, if I had not started getting out into events, meeting people that think differently, I would not be the woman that I am today. So the people that you're hanging around with, they always say that you're like the 5 people that you hang around with. So be careful whom you are hanging around with, because very soon or later, you are going to start reflecting them.
Ooh, that was spicy right there. She said, not only do you want to make sure you are very intentional, that's what I heard, because you got to be very careful who you associate yourself with. Who do you allow to even come into your space? Guys, you have to be very careful of who you invite into your homes as well, because that energy can seep in, and you next thing you know, you start picking up on their habits. How many of you guys know, I mean, this is something for the ladies, but with ladies, when we started hanging out with our girlfriends in the younger days, I would say it just like that, we started picking up on certain things. When it was that time of the month, it started becoming your time of the month, right? And it was like, you like him, wait, I like him too. You started picking up on the same habits. Wasn't it crazy? No, that's how it goes. That's how it goes. So I love the fact that she said you have to be extremely careful of who you invite in your space. Lolita, speak on that. No, wait, hold on. Jane and then Lolita.
Sorry, I was just about to add those that you hang, and also who are your mentors?
Your
Being
mentors.
very, very intentional. Who are your mentors? Because, and as you said, your mentors, look at them. It's not what they say, but how do their feet move? Like Tony Robbins always say, don't look at their mouth. Is their mouth and their feet aligned?
I love that.
Otherwise, you can't be telling me something. And when I look at it, you are exactly know. So be very careful when you're selecting your mentors and your coaches.
Yes, I love that. I'll speak on what you just said, but go ahead, Lolita, because I saw you wanted to speak.
Absolutely. We were talking about this last week. It is what is your relationship with your relationships? That resonated with me because it took, earlier we just look at our own story times and how we do this thing. We have deadlines. We have things that, our success hinges a lot of times on other people's being successful. You know what I'm saying? If we can get across that finish line, it's several other people that's got their hand out for you to bring them on. It really is. So it's not just about me and all my proclivities, but it is about me and how I can help someone else, even if it's being present like we are now. Okay. And again, what is your evaluate? Do an evaluation, the SWOT analysis. What is your relationship with your current relationship? What is it like? Has it expired? I don't know. Or can we revive it? Whatever it is, take that evaluation and do it. You'll be surprised, and not even surprised. You'll be amazed at your own self. So, yeah,
I love it. Well, guys, I know we are going to wrap up this particular episode here shortly, but I want to definitely recognize not only these great comments, but I want to respond to what the beautiful Miss Jane said in regard to mentors. Guys, mentors are everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in the space that we're living in, we don't have to reinvent the wheel. We truly don't. If millionaires and billionaires have mentors, how is it that people that don't have much money don't want to have a mentor? That part. Guys, you have to have mentors. Even at a young age, I had mentors. I literally had my mother's friends at that point in time when I was growing up as my mentors. I don't know about you guys, but I was 5 years of age. I was ready to go to school. My mom didn't want me to go to school because she always had me around her and her mentors, which I loved it. But when it was time for me to go to school, of course, I had that old soul. I don't know if I'm speaking to any of you all, but if you're around your mom's friends and you're around her, you know, her environment, next thing you know, as a child, you're going to pick up on those seasoned behaviors. And you usually hear people say, oh my God, you're an old soul, an old soul. So that is something that, unfortunate, we talked about this the other day. Grandmama, she's not 60 anymore or 70. Grandmama is 35. So we don't have that many old souls that we used to have. And those morals are totally something that we got to work towards, guys. We got to work towards that. So I want to say this, and that's really important. Mentoring is something that the GW3 family is not only dedicated, we're committed to, as well as we help our future leaders as well. You know, just in June, we have several of our mothers and their young men going to be taking courses with Steve Harvey with his Young Men's program. And I'm so grateful for Malika, alongside with Linnell and Kim, that their kids are going to be participating in that. In addition to that, we also have mentorship program right with the GW3 arm as well. You're going to get the opportunity in August to meet 50 of our phenomenal young ladies, as well as 50 of our phenomenal young men that we are partnering up with. You know, every year we always focus on at least 100 students that we're impacting. Guys, just as we are impacting them, you always have to do what? Have a mentor to impact you. And the great part about it, with our synergy, Malika Starr, she's one of my mentors. Lolita Anderson, she's one of my mentors. Miss Jane, alongside with Barbara, you guys are all one of my mentors. In addition to our Oprah Winfrey's, our Sir Richard Branson, our Steve Harvey's, as well as Tony Robbins. Woo! Yes! Tony Robbins as well. You know, guys, I want you to start manifesting more mentors in your life. More mentors in your life. I need you to put that on your vision board. More mentors in my life. The more mentors you have is going to constantly give you a richer life every day. I broke it down and I said it slowly, intentionally. A richer life every day. More mentors. Currently, right now, I have 6 mentors, and I'm looking to get 2 more to that list. We're not here wanting to figure it out on our own, nor should you. Nor should you be, guys. We have a duty to do while we're still above earth. So since your time is limited, make sure you're intentional with every second of the day. Every second. Make sure you're intentional.
If I can add one thing to that, Renee, and the beautiful Miss, I'm going to get your name right, lovely. Jane and
Uh-huh.
Barbara. With the mentorship, I do recognize sometimes individuals think my mentor should be somebody that's wealthy and big. You'd be surprised. It could be that little old man that you are faithful to cut his grass every Saturday. You send your son out there or your daughter to help get their groceries in the house. That person mentors you in that way because it keeps you humble. And you're in the room with people stronger, they're smarter, they're clever, they're better than you. That's the only way. You can't get strong leaning on a weakling. You can get strong pushing yourself against a mountain, which is what we are. So I'm all for it, and I love that because mentors are not totally. That's Miss Samira. Yes, thank you, Samira. It's true, and again, being around, we already know the story with me. So who knows? The human, Mattel Dow, Renee got Lolita to do so many things I hadn't even touched before in a long time, and a lot of people say I do that. I'm glad I met Miss Jane today, and Barbara, how I feel, and we add so much to each other because it's wow. And I'm a lamb with this. I didn't realize a dear friend of mine was a forensic accountant. I needed help with something very serious with my company, and all this time she was like a person that created the audits for a CFO, and I'm like, wow. Now she's fixed something. A lot of our gifts is able to change the whole entire trajectory of someone else's life. Just one decision that you can make for someone else or just being present. So I just want to say that because I'm seriously passionate about that because we know the information lies within us. And like Renee, you were saying earlier, with us as females and males that are out here, we just have to, whatever kind of other, like people call it church hurt and all that kind of stuff. You know what? You give yourself 3 good seconds to feel it and let it go because we're here.
Absolutely.
Okay, I just want to say that.
I love it. Everybody, let's put some more hearts in the chat. Our red and purple hearts in the chat. I'm going to go and read some of our comments because like they said, where we are right now, guys, we are striking chords and we're going to make sure people are able to take action after we finish this call because that's what this space is about. We are not going to keep you guys on the call for 8 or 9 hours because we need you to start taking action.
That's right.
If you're on the call, you can't move. You're going to still be on that call tomorrow doing the same old thing, and that's not going to happen. Not on our watch.
Not with this group.
Ms. Tanya, such an incredible segment. Oh, she said such an incredible segment, ladies. More mentors in my life. That's right. I love Miss Janet comment. This is great conversations, queens. I have another one in the clubhouse that says, let's see. Yes, that speaks to the fact that more is caught than taught.
Ooh.
All right, proximity and mention equals, I'm looking at these small words, girls. Let me tell you something. In our wiser years, this small writing,
I got good reading glasses. I got some cool ones.
I'm not vain. I am truly not vain.
It's okay.
Honest, okay? Guys, I can't read it, so please make sure you put some post up also on the Facebook as well as the YouTube. I see it much better there. All right. In addition to that, as Anne reiterated the importance of facing your fear and doing it anyway.
Oh, yeah.
That's right, guys. How many of you guys are ready to face your fears and do it anyway? Come on now. Let's put some.
That's what Nike said. Just do it. Go ahead, Annie.
Because I love facing my fear. Bring it on, baby. Bring it on.
Love it? I don't know, but definitely going to face it.
No snakes. I'm sorry. No snakes. Okay?
I'm loving it, but okay. I trust you, so.
Yes, guys. Yes.
If you tell me to love it, I'll love it.
I know, right? Oh my God. Well, guys, this has truly been a sensational time. I love Miss Amir. She says, totally Lolita, always give yourself choices. It takes decision. Remember, we talked about that from the very first moment when we got into the room. What are you going to do? You got to decide. You have to decide what is going to be your next steps towards your success. It's your responsibility, as well as not only is your responsibility, it's your duty It is your duty to show up in your best version every day of yourself. I need you all to put it in the chat that I will show up in my better version of myself every day. Need you to make that a part of your I am manifestation. Make that a part of your affirmations and keep showing up every day in your best, better, perfected as much as possible self. Okay? Keep
Because
doing
we
it.
champions winning on purpose, baby.
Yes, we're champions written on purpose, guys. This is our Red Halt Mondays, and I pray that we brought value to your lives today. If we brought value to your life, put some dollar signs in the chat because it's
Some
all
dollar
about money
signs in-
making moves. Put some dollar signs in the chat if we brought you some value today. And as we continue on in this space, not only do we want you, especially you, and you, if you are lost, if you don't have someone to reach out to, I want you to connect with us. It's important for you to connect with us. And not only is it important for you to connect with us, let's put a strategy together. Let's make sure we put a strategy, a game plan, so we can help change the trajectory of where you are today, so therefore you can have a richer tomorrow. So Barbara, I'm going to go with you first. How can they get in contact with you? Please share.
Well, they can contact you. I think you're the dynamo, so you're the queen bee of the queens. So
You're so beautiful, Barbara.
I hand it all over to you. Whatever you want me to do, whoever you want me to help, whoever you want me to take care of, I'm here to
wait
help
to hold you tomorrow.
anyone.
I'll be coming in on the. I cannot wait to meet you, hold you, and celebrate with you right there in New York City.
Yeah, we're here together.
Absolutely. I
So
know.
and
It's
whoever
like you're my
needs our
lost
help, we're
sister.
here.
I'm telling you, she's like my lost sister, Jane, that Mom didn't tell me about.
Just contact Renee. Talk to Renee. She'll get you going. Right? She'll get it all sorted out. She'll sort you out, and then she'll say, "Okay, now talk to this queen,
yeah,
talk to that
Renee. She'll
queen,"
sort it out.
and then you just go there, and then you'll be fine.
I love it. I love it.
She got all the professionals.
Miss Jane, how can we get in contact with you, beauty?
I love with my 10K card, meetjanemarquardt.com.
I love it. That 10K card is everything. I truly love it. Well, guys, we are grateful for your energy. We're grateful for your time and joining us today right here with GW3 Live.
I'm in a live show, so you can come in. It doesn't matter.
Every day from 12 to 2:30.
Live YouTube show every Monday
you to go
with my
ahead
queens.
On and share one last moment. Oh, wait, she's talking. Okay, one last moment. I just want you to know how much we truly appreciate you and appreciate your time. We're going to go right back into the clubhouse as we continue on wrapping up today, because we want to hear your takeaways from today as well. So guys, join us right back into the clubhouse, and then we look forward to seeing you all on tomorrow. Until then, we say goodbye for now. Continue on being amazing. Keep your shoulders back and your head up, and make sure you go blaze the universe, because the world needs your energy. You are the game changer that we've been waiting for. Thank you guys so very much for joining us today, and we see you in the clubhouse. Bye for now.
Bye for now.
Bye for now. Thank you guys. You did such a wonderful job. Yes, yes, yes. Everybody.